Good morning, guys, but also good afternoon and good evening, depending by your location. I'm Stefano Vittadini, product manager, Ditec product manager for pedestrian door, and today I'm very happy to host you here for the live stream webinar about Ditec DAB305. For those who has never experienced a live stream webinar on Ditec YouTube, I remember that you have the opportunity to chat with us, with me, but also with Michele Scaramuzza. You know better than me, our training leader that is here to give full support to the presentation and to answer live through the chat box to all your technical question. Use it; it's very helpful. I want to underline that to make to be able to use the chat box, YouTube requires you sign in with an account. Google account are okay if you already have one. We suggest you to sign in with the same account that you have used to start the webinar. So please use the chat box because it's very useful and it's a good way to try to make an open session. I believe that due to the support of Michele, you can use the chat box while I'm presenting the product. I'll try to give a look at the chat box, but don't worry because Michele is focused on the chat box, so he can be able to give a live answer. So guys, I'm very glad to introduce you Ditec DAB305, another great addition to the range of Ditec automatic pedestrian doors. This time, respect what we have done with DAS200, we are talking about the swing door segment. DAB305 is an incredible electromechanical automatic swing door operator with 7 millimeters of height and with an incredible torque, perfectly controlled by an advanced control unit, featuring a lot of new functionality. So let's jump into the presentation and see what we could touch and taste in the next couple of hours. 70 millimeter solution for every need. It's like the mantra, the slogan of this operator, because give continuity to the innovation that we have in the slider range with DAS107 and DAS200. So with the 120 millimeter height operator, we give continuity with a swinger operator, very powerful, probably the most powerful in the range of the swinger operator, with a very good aesthetic and a very practical height of 70 millimeters. Here we have the agenda of this couple of hours. We have an outlook about the range of the Ditec swinger operator, the unique selling point. So we will start from the commercial point of force that we want to underline about this product, technical specification, obviously a benchmark with the competition, so where we are respect the other similar product, and you can touch with your hand that we have really in a bright position in terms of features, in terms of aesthetic, in terms of functionality, and hopefully also in terms of price positioning. Quick overlook about directives and standards. Obviously, I will present how to compose the mix. You can see that it's a very simple way to propose the mix, because we are talking about an high-end range of swingers, so most of the features that you need are already inside the main product, the operator code. Anyway, we will face also specific accessorize. We have a quite deep introduction into the technical product, and obviously we will end with the presentation of the marketing supports that we have available here. So let's jump into the product. Here we have the swinger position about the range of Ditec. We'll start with Sprint. Sprint is a swinger operator focused on the residential environment, residential segment. We are talking about 110 kilograms of max capacity. As a swinger operator, the functionality are mostly related to low energy and push and go. Then we have DAB305 and DAB205 belonging to the swinger range of Ditec since years. DAB305 focus mainly on commercial environment, max capacity 200 kilograms. Obviously, like every swinger, low energy and push and go application, but with the addition of the configuration card ISA and ESE, you can have a lot of additional functionality and a sort of fire application with the fire rated push arms. DAB205 is the elder sister of DAB305. Aesthetic and dimension are the same. It's not the same the weight load because the max capacity is very, very, very strong. We are talking about 400 kilograms. Mostly the functionality that you find in DAB305 you can find again in DAB205, so low energy and push and go. Of course, the configuration card are the same, and the features related to the fire application. Due to the heavy weight load, DAB205 is focused not only on commercial segment but also on the industrial. And then we come up on DAB305. As you see, is a very, very powerful operator because the max capacity is 450 kilograms. Low energy and push and go as every swingers. The configuration card we will see in detail in the next slide, but are already built in and assembled on the standard operator. So any operator that come out about DAB305 has already included the two configuration card, ESA and ESE, so the one about safety and the one about security. And we have a range of functionality very, very deep. On top of all, I want to underline the inverse functionality and the double acting functionality. The inverse, it means that we can not only have, when you have no power connection, an automatic closing through the spring for fire application, but with the same operator you can have an automatic and mechanical opening without power. So this enlarges the application to all that kind of application about extracting smoke, extracting heat, but also about escape route. Because with inverse, I repeat, you can have a mechanical opening due to the spring when you have not the power. So DAB305 is at the top of the range of swinger automation in Ditec range. What about the unique selling point? As I told you before, I want to underline some key features about this new operator. First of all, about the innovative, we are talking about the modern and functional design. Because with 70 millimeters of height, the DAB305 has a sleek and modern looks that really is is perfectly suited to the design needs of the contemporary buildings. You know better than me that now the key word for every architect is please slim, reduce, simple. So we are presenting a swinger operator incredibly powerful, but with 70 millimeters of height, so really slim. This design is also being conceived to guarantee a lot of features. As DAB105 and DAB205, we have switching power supplying, so from 100 to 240 volts direct current, 50 and 60 hertz. As I underline with DAS200, this switching power supply make you allow energy reduction. So we have a superior energy efficiency. Innovation again, because like DAB105 and DAB205, we have the same concept of learning cycle that allow you to reduce the time of installation due to the smart startup mode. So against a product from Ditec dedicated to the distribution, but dedicated to the installer. We enlarge the pre-configured parameters from 10 with DAB105 to 15 with DAB205. Now we have 21 sets of pre-configured parameters for a simple and error-proof configuration. Very deep. Versatile. Why versatile? Because we add to the common functionality that every swinger has, like the low energy to suit that kind of environments with people of limited or slow reaction, and of course push and go and power assist. Nothing new in terms of swinger, but we have really a new range of accessories in order to enlarge the application. On the left here you have the articulated movement arm, the standard arm for the push application, fire rated. On the right you have the standard sliding movement arm with two new features respect DAB105 and DAB205. This sliding movement arm, we will see later in the accessory section the code and any kind of characteristic, but this sliding movement arm is fire rated. So now finally we have a pull fire rated arm, and also this sliding arm is available also for push action. So for a push action you can use the standard push arm, or you can use the standard sliding movement. In order to enlarge and to offer different levels of performance, in order to find the best match with the weight and dimension of the doors, we have also added two different sliding movement arm. The one on the left is the heavy-duty sliding movement arm, so with a longer arm and with a longer and stronger slide track. This is suitable for doors with a width equal or bigger than 1.2 meters. On the right we have the sliding movement arm for narrow door, so with a shorter arm and a shorter slide track in order to find the best fitting in narrow door. If you think of of some application about the double door, in which you have an opening of 1.2, 1.3 meters, but you have to reach with two swingers. So each swinger has a width of 0.6, 0.665. This is the perfect solution in order to have the best fitting in that case. Again, why in versatile? Because Ditec try to react to the request of the modern building being flexible and adaptable to all the need, especially those needs regarding the safety. Here I want to present you, as a commercial point of view, the double action. Double action is optional because is a dedicated kit. You see on the right the two pictures of the kit. We have one kit for the left opening and one kit for the right opening. With the double action, the DAB305 can be activated in both the direction. It means that you have, for example, a motorized swinger leaf with push direction, but the same door can be manually opened as a pull door, for example, for an escape route application. And the same could be the opposite situation. You can have the motorized opening as a pull action, and you can do a manual opening as a push action, again for a very practicable escape route. Of course, with this new functionality, the door leaf and the door frame has to be a pivot swinger leaf, like a saloon door. But this is a very unique functionality in the panorama of the swinger. This is really something unique. About the versatile, unique selling point, I want to underline again the inverse action. As I told you before, this really innovative and smart operator has a spring inside that can be mechanically charged with any kind of movement of the arm of the door. So you can charge this spring while you are opening the door with the motors, but you can charge the spring also when you are closing the door with the motor. This allows you to make the inverse functionality. With DAB105 and DAB205, if you think, for example, the standard fire emergency application, it means that when you push an emergency button that is connected with the impulse with the ASE card, you can have, without the power, an emergency closing through the mechanical power of the spring of the door. Now you can do the opposite operation. You can have an emergency functionality that without the power, without the electricity, you can make a mechanical opening of the door. And I repeat, this is enlarge your range of application, because this is a perfect solution to extract smoke or heat, to have an emergency opening, or think as an escape route. I have an emergency situation and the doors mechanically open the door in order let the people go outside to do the emergency. About fire, this is a fully fire operator. We have added the fire rating of the sliding arm system, and we have the RISE certification also for this. We have, as in DAB105 and DAB205, the possibility to make a fire alarm, a fire emergency alarm as an input in order to make an emergency closing. But we will see later in detail. Now, due to new terminals on the configuration card, these new terminals can be used only on DAB305. You can connect a fire building circuit in loop to the operator. This means that this operator can talk with the fire loop of an existing building. You can connect a fire circuit with 12 volt, 24 volt, or 48 volt, whatever you want. You can connect directly to this operator. In addition, we provide with DAB305 a fire kit containing a smoke detector, containing the reset, containing any kind of stuff that you need if you want to propose to your customer a proper solution for a fire circuit. Powerful. This operator has a really powerful gear motor in order to guarantee to you and to your customer the best performance in terms of weight and in terms of door width. Have a look of the weight load. We have a push arm that can have a maximum load of 450 kilograms with a 0.95 meter of width. But you have also a considerable weight if you increase the width of the door, 350 kilograms with 1.1 meter of width. Very outstanding also the performance of the pull arm. You have as a max capacity of 370 kilograms with a 0.8 meters of width, but you can reach 230 kilograms with 1 meter width. High performance also if we refer only to the width of the leaf, because with push arm you can move leaf from 0.5 meter to 1.6 meter. 1.4 meter is the max width about fire rated door. With the pull arm you start from 0.75 meter to 1.4 meter width. The same value of 1.4 meter is for the fire rated door. Very powerful, you know, or if you don't know, I'm telling now that a lot of norms and standards related to the swinger are in common with the control doors device, because in case of emergency, a swinger operator, in case of emergency, so without the power electricity, a swinger operator is considered for the norms as a controlled doors device. Here you can have the classification following the EN 1154, that is the norms related to the controlled door device, and we have the classification of our arm system. And this is very, very powerful, because for push arm we have a closing power classified from EN4 to EN7. 7, according to the table of the norms, is related to the width of 1.6 meters. So really, really, really powerful. Let's have a look about the technical sales presentation. Yes, CG, I read your ask. If you are using the sliding track arm for okay, thanks Michele, I've already answered you. so you can read. I can go on with the technical specification. The limit, the constraint is mechanically the pull arm. If you are using the pull arm for a push application, the weight charge that we have to match is with the charge of the pull arm. Technical specification, what I want to underline obviously are the product dimension, 70 millimeters, 175 millimeters the width, and the length is 840 millimeters. Power supply is a switching from 100 to 240 volt. What I want to underline is the increase of the auxiliary power. We have 0.7 ampere at 24 volt for the auxiliary, for the accessorize, not considering the electromechanical locking. That is a separated calculation, that you have 12 volt for the 1.2 ampere, or for the 24 volt you have 0.6 ampere. So we have increased what could be considered a limit in the ampere available for the DAB105 of DAB205. IP and operating temperature are more or less the same of any kind of swinger operator belonging to the Ditec range. Operating function, I want to underline, and this is not the last time that I underline this, the configuration card ESA and ESA are built in with the operator, are already inside and already assembled. You have obviously an integrated base selector, automatic mode and door closer mode are standard, low energy, power assist, push and go. The inverse mode, so once again the possibility to have a mechanical opening of the leaf without power. The double action is not standard, is optional, because you have to add the arm system for the double action, one kit for the left and one kit for the right. Obviously, the management of the double wing, fire rated with, I repeat, the full compliance with the norms related to the door closer, fire door kit, and another great news, the coordination kit. Coordination kit is that mechanical bracket that allow you to have the fire rated doors in case of double wing. In case of double wings, most of the norms for most of the doors is mandatory to have a mechanical accessorize that allow you the perfect sequence of the closing of the door. Now we have the coordination kit, and it's a coordination kit really very aesthetic, because it's not an external coordination kit, but is an internal coordination kit. So that means that we have, when you have a double wing application fire rated, you have the pleasant aesthetic effects of the 70 millimeters, and you don't see nothing more, because the coordination kit is inside the cover and not external. Let's have a look about what the competitor do. In terms of this kind of swinger, I believe, but not all me, the market tell us that the main competitor are Dormakaba with the ED 250, Acta Record with the DFA 127, and obviously Gese with the Slim Dry EMD. How is the competition with this big fish? Because we are talking about Dormakaba, Record, and Gese. So we are talking about the history of the swinger operator. I want to underline with the green color where we are performing good respect the competitors, and with the red color where we are not performing so good, but give a solution to try to solve this. Dimension, we are very good about the height. DAB305 is probably the most longer operator in the market with 840 millimeters compared to the average of 650. But on the next slide I will suggest how to solve this. This could be a constraint not in single application, because 840 millimeter is definitely less than the average of the width of a leaf, because normally the leaf are 0.9, 1 meters, the single leaf. Could be a problem when you are facing double application, but for double application we have already studied a solution in order to fulfill any opportunity. Power supply for us is a plus. We are the only in the market with a switching power supply. And I repeat, this is not only an advantage for us as a manufacturer, because we can stock operator that can go in Qatar as in Canada or in Italy, because is a switching. But remember that we are talking about a power supply that allow you a less energy consumption. So this is a plus unique in the market. Door width, because we can reach the 0.5 for the push until the 1.6, and we are really very competitive also on the pull application. Have a look about Gese, have a look about Dorma. So about the width performance, we are really top of the market. The same about the classification about the door close, that give you an idea about the power of this operator. We are the only in the market that can classify the push application with a EN7. I repeat, this number give you an idea about how strong can push or pull the motor. I remember you that when you are considered a swinger, the weight is not the only parameter that you have to evaluate, but also the width, because the inertia of a door is a mix of weight and width. For the slider doors, the weight is probably the most important. Here with the swinger, you have to combine also with the width. So we are top in the range of this kind of swinger. We are the only with the double action. Let's have a look about the weight. On the left, you have the load charge of the competitor, Dormakaba, Record and Hour. Here there is a recap about what we can offer in terms of weight and width combination. As you see, Dormakaba and Record make no different split about push and pull application. They have only one value, and in case of Dormakaba they stick with the 250 kilograms, not taking care about the width, so it's a straight line. But as you can see, our push application is definitely higher and more with a superior performance. Also the pull application is very stronger in the width around 1 and 1.1 meter, and above of Record and Gese if we have width superior than 1.2. So that's why this is probably the most powerful swinger gear operator into the market. Points of attention. A few minutes ago I talked about the length of this operator. As I told you, this length is sizable compared to the length of the main competitors, but here on the left there are some pictures that can show you some trick in order to reduce this length when you have to reach different different length in the job site, especially for the double swing application. You can have a double solution, so in case of you don't need the battery, you can cut the hand plate and reduce moving the hand capes on the left, on the right. It's up to the job site installation if it's a DIN right or DIN left. Okay, but you can cut 70 millimeters in the hinge side. You can add also a cut of 60 millimeters in case you are not using the mechanical coordinator. So in case your double application is not for fire-rated door, you can turn the control unit position, assemble it closer to the spring, and you can gain other 60 millimeters. You can also combine both solutions, so cutting the space of the battering and turn the control unit and make it more closer to the spring and gaining other 60 millimeters. The only thing that you have to respect in this cutting working is the distance between the axis of the arm system and the axis of the hinge of the door. That should be always 150 millimeters. So we have a very sizable length of this operator, but we can have also a good solution in order to match with tricky job site. I want to skip quite fast about directive standards because we have a wide range of norms. I repeat, respect the DAB105 and DAB205. We have also the compliancy with the DIN 18263 about the control door closed device, the EN 16334 fire resistant, and the one dedicated to the mechanical control unit for the fire rated door double application, that is the EN 1158. Is a sample from the RISE certification with the fire resistant class for both the arm, pull and push. How to compose the mix? So something pure commercial, but we need to pay attention. We have three main codes, three proposals: DAB305, DAB305 PS, and PS means push, DAB305 PL, and PL means pull. What there is inside the box, we are doing a virtual unboxing of this code. About the DAB305, what you find inside: obviously the back plate with the end caps, the silver cover, because as DAB105 and DAB205 this swinger operator come out only in silver finishing, Euras C0, so the anodized solution, in order to give continuity of what we are offering with DAB105 and DAB305. You find inside the transmission unit and the control unit. You find inside already assembled ESA and DESE card. You find the lower adapter DAB A05LA and the pull arm extension. These two accessorize as related for a pull arm sister application. This is to extend the height of the arm. This is to reduce the height of the arm of 20 mm, and an accessorize related to the push arm. This is the telescopic that we have already in range with DAB205. So this is an operator with the card already inside and ready to be coupled with a pull arm or a push arm with some basic accessories in order to fit the job site condition. Basically, with this and coupling this code with the push or pull arm, you can go directly to the job site and find no trouble and find no surprise, because you have a good range already of adaptation accessories already into the box. what you find inside the DAB305 PS. Remember, PS it means for push. Backplate, silver cover, end plate, transmission unit and control unit ESA and DESE, and then some accessories related to the push arm, the DAB805 PSA free, fire rated, that you find inside this pack, the shaft extension of 22 millimeters, and the push arm telescopic DAB805 TFL. So a complete push solution. We decided to put that very cheap accessories, the average of shaft extension and the medium of push arm, because are those accessories that no one think in advance, but when you join the real situation, when you face the real situation in your job site, if you are missing this kind of accessories, you cannot end the installation. So we are offering an high-end swinger operator. We prefer to put inside all these peanuts in order to be always ready for the first time in the job site. Sorry. Finally, the DAB305 PL. PL it means pull. Same basic package. Backplate, silver, transmission unit, control unit, building card. The pull arm standard DAB805 PL free. The lower adapter and the pull arm extension in order to fit in every situation. Have a look about specific accessories. Movement arm. Standard push on the left, the PS free, and standard pull. The length of the standard pull is of the arm is 400 mm and the slide track 619. Then we have the PLA4, the pull for heavy duty. So with a length of the arm of 600 mm and a sliding track length of 890 mm. This is suitable for door with a width equal or longer 1.2 meter. On the right you have the solution for the narrow door with a 220 millimeters length of the arm and a sliding track of 320 millimeters. These are the DAB805 DAL and DAR. The L at the end mean left and the R at the end mean right, are the double acting kit. So all the necessary stuff and arms to make the double action application. These are three codes already in the range of the Ditec. We have the telescopic kit, the one long, the one short, and the joint that we have to combine with the short one in order to make the telescopic regulation of the push arm. On the left we have the shaft extension. These are the same code in range of the DAB205, 20 mm shaft extension, 50 and 70. On the right, two new accessories for the pull arm system that can be applied also on the pull arm system of DAB205 are the lower adapter and the pull arm extension. Now I want to show you where you have to use this. This is the standard application with the push arm. You can see and check the reveal that we have respect the competitor. I can assure you that is a huge reveal that allow you a lot of application that, for example, with Dormakaba you are not able to do. And the possibility to increase with the different shaft extension. Here the combination to increase the X and Y dimension. Then you have here the pull application with the pull arm system PL3. You can use obviously the same shaft extension, but you can use also the lower adapter in order to reduce this dimension. It means that this 48 millimeters can become 28 millimeters using this. And new thing, you have the push application always with the pull arm system. Max reveal of the pull arm system for the push application, and again the dimension that you can reach with the shaft extension. Also in this case you can use the lower adapter, the DAB305 in order to make that this 48 can become 28, because you reduce this dimension of 20 millimeters. Specific accessories related to the fire application. The FIC, DAB305 FIC. It's a fire kit containing a smoke detector, a reset and indication device, a closing braking kit. Then I tell you what is a closing braking kit and what is the needs of a closing braking kit, and also a free pole connection cable harness for any kind of use. We have had in the range a smoke detector and the support for a smoke detector. So we are able to approach those customers that are really very skilled in the fire business, because I repeat now and I show you later, we can connect a fire loop of a building. Today we cannot do this with DAB205 or DAB105. But in case our customers has not a great experience in the fire business, fire accessories, we have an offer to propose: the kit, but also a smoke sensor and the support for the smoke sensor. So really, now we are open to make whatever we want. Coordination unit. If you want to have a double swing fire rated application, you need the mechanical coordination unit that is composed by two items: the COU coordination unit and the road kit that you need to connect here. So here are the two accessories in order to make the coordination unit. Closing braking kit. Okay, the closing braking kit, it's a device, is an accessories that allow you to regulate and smooth and to regulate according to the norms the power and the speed of the closing or opening leaf when you have not the power. I tell you before that the emergency, we can do in emergency, we can have a closing action for fire emergency or an opening action for the inverse. In both these cases, the movement of action or closing, the movement or opening or closing is done mechanically by the spring. Some local norms, but mostly the 99% of the norms related to the fire tells you that even if the closing is mechanical, you have to find a way to regulate in order to adjust the force and the speed. With this closing brake kit, you can adjust the force and the speed according to the norms when you are doing an action done by the spring. Because obviously with the gear motor we have a control unit and a lot of this switch and trim, and you can regulate whatever you want about the closing, the speed. But now you can do the same also when you have no power and the action is made by the spring mechanically. The closing brake kit allow you to do this. We have the CMP1 is the cover middle piece 900 MPC. 950 millimeters, including caps and wall brackets, is the same that we have. Is the similar, because the cover is different. Is the similar that we have in DAB105 and DAB205. And we add this new article is a complete cover of 3.7 meters. If you are doing a double application and you don't want to break the static of the slim operator with the middle piece, you can choose a unique cover. Obviously, it's dedicated to those skilled installer because you have to work on the aluminum the hole for the arm system. But for those kind of application in which the static is the driver number one, in case of double application, we have the solution. Finally, we have the spacer for pull arm. It means that if the reveal in pull arm system application is not enough, we can add the spacer for between the leaf and the track of the sliding arm system in order to increase the reveal. So really versatile, because we are reaching reveal that nobody has in the market. Battery kit, of course, and here we have a plate with a pattern of hole to match with fire-rated doors for fire-rated application. Then there are the standard accessories in common with DAB range. We already see this shaft extension before that in common with 205. Of course, we have the two mechanical program selector, one with the switch, the other with the key, the COM400 series. The synchronous cable is the same in any DAB operator. Finally, we add the finger protection. I know that these are slow mover article, but in that rare case that they are asking, until today we have no solution. Now we have 3 different solutions of finger protection, one indoor, one and 2 outdoor with different length. I remember that the finger protection are from the norms mandatory, in order to protect the hinge area. If you don't want to use the finger protection, with a fantastic laser safety sensor, you can have the functionality of RAM combine the functionality of a finger protection. I know perfectly that these are not cheap accessories, but we have in range. And I believe that there are some customers, there are some situations in which these are required. Obviously, RAM 90 and RAM 110 are exactly the same that we have in DAB105 and DAB205 range. Let's have a look about the product, because I believe that to sell in the proper way this outstanding operator, I believe that we need to create a common knowledge about this. And of course, me, Michele, and after sales department are as usual always available for any kind of help and support. I believe that the first kind of soft technical support should come from you to your customer. So the better you know, the better you sell. The control unit main components. This is the motor with the encoder built in. Here we have this helical compression spring, and I repeat, this spring can be compressed with any kind of movement. You open the door, are compressing the spring, you close the door, you are compressing the spring. That's why you can do the inverse operator with the same swinger, the inverse action with the same swinger operator. Output of the shaft is here the mechanical door stop, the micro switch with the leverage of the micro switch. About the control unit, there are a lot of points quite similar to the control unit of DAB105 or DAB205. The family feeling is more or less the same, so you will not start from zero. What I want to underline is the deep part of the command from 1 to 7, and I want to underline the last two deep switch 6 and 7 that are related to the ARM system setting. Push, pull, the PLA5 is the one for the narrow doors, but great news for Ditec range, the sliding push. Here the table how to combine both deep to have this kind of application. Have a look about ESE build card. So it's the extension unit. I repeat, you find already in the operator, you find already assembled. Here, this security extension unit is the one that with the input for the program selector, the lock, the electromechanical lock, the batteries, the kill function. So what till today we have as a fire application, because the fire application that we use in DAB105 and DAB205 are through the security card with the fire function, connecting an emergency button here and making an emergency closing without power. A key opening, like any kind of new control unit. Key opening could be very useful, for example, for low mobility people, because as every key opening in the Ditec new control unit, you have a timer. You can regulate a timer. So if you think of people with low mobility, with a command that is 2-3 meters from the doors, you can regulate the time in order that you can set properly the opening, and also the nurse and bag functionality in case of the double application. What is new is the ESA card, because ESA card normally is the card with the related input for managing the sensor and the relay output for the error indication, lock output and door indication. But what I want to underline is here, we have the terminal 6 and 7, the fire and the ground, that you have already in your build card, but you cannot use with DAB105 and DAB205. In this terminal you can connect a fire input, a fire alarm circuit. So it means that you can, with this operator, manage and match, for example, with a building that has already a fire alarm circuit, and you can put your door operator inside this system through these two terminals that we cannot use before. As I tell you before, you can connect a fire input, a loop fire with 12 volt or 24 volt or 48 volt. This is another of the big new about this. Okay, I skip quite fast here some sketch about mechanical installation. I remember, I don't know if today I have the time, but I want to just show. I want to send a video with a very speed acceleration, just to show that we have already ready for you installing video about the DAB305, about the push arm, the pull arm, the double kitting, the double action. So guide you step by step any kind of installation. Are really very useful, are in English, in Italian, in German for the moment, with text, with clear indication, and in order to be a great tools in terms of sales, but also a great tools in terms of support for the installation. Now we can come back to the presentation. So here the mechanical installation of the push arm. You fix the back plate, mount the transmission, mount the control unit. This is a procedure a little bit different, because in this stage, respect DAB105 or DAB205, you have a stage in which you have to do a pre-charge of the spring, removing the start spin from this position to this, and making a turn of the shaft in the direction of the push of 20 degrees. You have to select the adapter. You have to align any kind of arm as a mark line, and you have to align the mark of the arm with the mark of the adapter here. You have to fix the arm, in this case the push, with the telescopic part 90 degrees respect the back plate, and then you have to smooth open the door of 1-2 degree and to come back the start pin in the original position. This is the mechanical installation of the arm. The pull is more or less the same about the back plate and the transmission unit and the control unit. Same for the pin. Remove the pin from the initial position and put here. Make the turn of the shaft of 20 degrees, this time in pull direction. Choose any kind of adapter if are needed, of lower adapter. Insert the sliding block in the sliding track. Make the alignment between the arm and the adapter like we did in the push, and then make an opening of 1-2 degrees and come back of the start position. Then we have a common procedure, both push and pull. You have to mount the door stop and to adjust the door stop operator. So making sure that you have the fine adjust to the open position, then let the door slowly close, and then you have to start the learn process. The learn process is different depending by the reveal that you have on the installation. You have to keep the learn button pressed and release the learn button after a certain number of flashes. How many flashes? Sorry for my pronunciation, but flashes plural is a very difficult word for an Italian guy. Anyway, you have to release after one flash. Is the reveal is from 0 to 100. You have to release the learn button after 2 flash if the reveal is from 100 to 100. If the reveal is more than 200, you have to release the learning button after 3 flash. Okay, here we have the preset parameters. I remember you, take care, are 21 preset parameters because we enlarged, not too much, but we enlarged a lot the functionality of a swinger operator, keeping all this functionality in one operator. This means that the double action is in the DAB305 standard, with the obviously adding the kit, but is the same standard operator. The inverse is the same. The fire application is the same. So all these functionality are together in a unique operator. That's why we have 21 preset parameters. Okay, here a an exemplification about the double action. I remember the meaning of the double action. Double action allow you to make to the swinger leaf both the movement, pull and push together. One is activated by the gear motor, and the other is activated manually as an escape route. I remember you that to make this fantastic escape route solution, you have to have a pivot leaf. It means a leaf that opens from 0 to 180 degrees, like a saloon door. What there is in the double acting kit, in addition to that particular arm system that is like a push arm but with a sliding track. You have to remove the stop arm, remove the micro switch and the lever of the micro switch. Remove and replace with the cam and the micro switch board that you find in the into the double acting kit item. Then you assemble the shaft. You assembled the arm, sorry. If you want to reduce the speed in closing while you are during the failure, the power failure, you have to make a bridge between a jumper between the TP202 and TP201 that you find on the control unit. And if you want to make a kill switch, you have to make a bridge between the terminal 4 of the ESA and terminal 7 of the ESE. Then you have to select those parameters that are for the double acting. In this case, group parameter 19, 20 or 21 are related to the double acting. Then you have to carry out a new learn, take care that the learning cycle is from 0 to 180 degrees, because the gear operator has to make the acquisition of any kind of movement. Now jump into the inverse functionality. I remember again, inverse functionality is an opening action without electric power, because during the closing action, the energy required for the opening is accumulated mechanically through the spring. In this case, you have all in the standard operator, because you have to remove the stop arm, you have to remove the lever of the micro switch, but not the micro switch. You saw this picture. This picture is what you have to do. So remove. Here is missing the door stop. Here is missing the lever, but the micro switch is still there. Then you have to take care that you have to turn off 180 degrees the transmission unit in order that you have the text inverse visible for the installer. You have to assure a potential that should not be more than 7 millimeters. Here, this is the nut that you use for the pretension of the spring. Here inside this there is the spring. Is the same here. Here is the nut. So you have to ensure that 7 millimeters, not more. And then if you want, you can assemble the closing brake kit. The closing brake kit is that electronical board that make the control of the speed and the power of this closing done by the spring through, as you can see, through resistance. Here you can see there is a legend in order to guide you if you want to have the EN4 by the norms for the pull, the N5, the N6, or the push, EN5, 6 and 7. So according to the norms you can just select the proper bridge in order to have the proper closing speed and force that the norm oblige to you. Then you have to connect this to the transmission unit micro switch. Obviously you have to set the deep switch number 5 for on for the inverse installation. Sorry, and you have to make it yes, this, and set the deep switch according to the ARM system. This is really very new functionality in the swinger of Ditec range. I can assure you that the range of application, because you have an application perfect suitable for the extraction of the smoke, of the heat, or you can make an escape route. When there is an emergency, you let the door without power, let the door open with the proper speed and the proper force of opening. So okay, let's have a look at the marketing supports. Any kind of marketing support that you see in the list of this presentation is already available on the web page Ditec and Traumatic on DAB305. So you can find the leaflet, the technical sheet, and the video, the installation procedure video. At the same, the video you can find on the Ditec YouTube channel. But of course, any area sales manager of your reference has already collected the proper material, including the price list, in order to support you in the most suitable way. As I told you before, we have 2 videos about the installation procedure, video of pushing and of push installation and pull installation, available in English, Italian and German language. A leaflet about DAB305 available in the standard 6 language for the marketing tools, so English, Italian, Spanish, Portugal, German and France. Technical sheet. This power presentation, the one that I show you today, is included in the package. Price list, obviously available in English, Italian, Spanish, Portugal language, German and French. This is already available on the e-commerce, so ready to be sold. The web page is already updated, and of course the manual, user manual and installation manual. And of course we have quick reference and sales drawings available in English. This is an example of the 2 installation procedure video, but I think that we have time just to give you an idea about the quality of the video is. This is the one related to the pull arm system. Any video start with the unboxing, just to check that there is anything, the tools that you required for the installation, how to fix the back plate in the proper way, how to make the setting of the start position, as I told you before, unscrew and put it off, turn the shaft in the direction required, and then put the position in that, the start pin position in that hole. Then mount the transmission unit. We can jump because it's just the transmission unit. Checking the distance. It's a guided video in order that step by step you can follow each process and make the perfect installation. Plug-in of the cable. I'm just speeding up because I just want to give you an example of the use that you can have with this video. Only for this time we prefer to use a different actor from Michele, because Michele has already won so many prizes with the Academy, 2 or 3 Oscar as a best actor in video, and for swinger we prefer to go with a beautiful blonde lady. Anyway, Michele is still our first performer. The assembly of the track. Okay, I just want you to skip just to to the startup. So I guided also to the startup. Set the dip switch at 6 according to the arm system, the connection of the mains plug. As you can see, step by step you are guided. The check that the LED is flashing, and now start a learning cycle. Only one flash, because in this case the reveal is from 0 to 100 millimeters. Then you check giving an impulse in order to check that the opening action is can be done in the proper way, and then you adjust the trimmer that you find on the control unit, the opening speed, the closing speed, the hold open time, the power assist, and the closing torque. This is the assembling of the program selector using the pre-hold on the hand cap. The procedure to make the proper acquisition, switch off the power. This is the perfect installation, so with the check of the closing torque at the height of the door handle, and checking that the measure of the force that you find is okay compared to the table of the norms EN 1154. That is the norms, as I told you before, of the door controlled device, but the swinger, in case of power failure, is compared as a door controlled device. This should be done at the end of any installation. I don't know how many installers do, but if you need make an adjust of the pretension. If you need, you have to adjust the lock kick. Lock kick is the switch related to give the extra power when you are closing the door, in order that you can be sure that can win the constraint of the lock device. Switch on the power and finally make a new learn. You have to do in this case a new learn because if you see before, the beautiful long lady has changed the torque tension. You have anytime you change the arm system with the dip switch or the closing torque, you have to redo a learn cycle in order that make the proper acquisition. Then add the product label and check that everything is functioning perfectly. Let's change the okay guys, this is just I choose to show you the PL, the pull installation video, but we have another for the push, and we are in pipeline a lot of technical video about the as I told you, the double acting kit, the inverse, and an advanced mode setting in order to give a full support about this. Due the fantastic work that Simona of the marketing department did, we have a very fresh and nice and useful leaflet organized by unique selling point, but that gives you a bright overview about all the functionality that you can find in this high-end swinger power belonging to Ditec range. Of course, we have the price list. It's a price list that you will find separately as a PDF file through your area sales manager, but you will find also in the print copy of the new release of the price list that will come out on the 1st of December. And guy, that's it for this presentation. I hope that this could be a first taste of a swinger operator that could boost up your business and the business of your customer. If you have any ask, me and Michele are here. If you want to use the chat box that you have not used so much, hopefully because you are not sleeping, but hopefully because I was particularly clear and everything was understood. But I repeat, even if there is something that come up later as a doubt, as a further clarification, me, Michele, and the after sales department are here available for any kind of explanation. Don't hesitate to ask to collect all the marketing material. I repeat, the leaflet is as usual a good commercial and technical tools in order to underline the novelties of this product. So if no one has something to add, I want to thank you for attending this webinar. I want to recommend you to keep all of you safe, especially during this again COVID wave. And please, I know that this kind of operator is not an operator that could fit in every market, because we are talking about an high-end operator, but please take a couple of these as an example, put in your showroom, and I can assure you that they will bring a lot of attention, of curiosity, and I'm quite sure that could be the right tool to a solid boost up of sales activity. So thank you again, and please don't hesitate to contact and to have further clarification. Have a nice morning, afternoon, or night, depending by your position, and stay safe, please. Ok, ciao a tutti, ciao.